Welcome to day 95 of the journey. And as anticipated, all of the weight from the Thanksgiving holiday, just like the fresh morning frost outside, has melted away. So, where I was at 235, 236 over the weekend, that's gone. I am now where I was before that, and it continues to drop down. So that's from having a plan. It is very important to have a plan, and I am well on my way to 20 town. Now, 20 town, 20 pounds down, is not a destination. It is a small stop to get out, stretch our legs a little bit, maybe use the restroom, and then keep going down the road because we are not stopping there. We are continuing to go. So, lately, what I've done is I've tried to figure out where I am as far as my lifts go now that I have a weightlifting area and I've got weights. I've been trying to figure out where I am as far as how much I can lift in the big lifts that I'm doing. The other day, I went over to we have a weight area at the place that I work at. And I went and, of course, since it's a weight area, they've got a bench. So I got the weights on the bar, started repping out some warm-up sets, went and I did some more sets, and eventually got to where I was repping about 155. And I'm thinking to myself, 155, that's pretty good. That's pretty respectable. Um, and I thought to myself, how much should I be doing? Like, what's a good number here? So I went online. There was a website that I found called strengthlevel.com. They have a series of strength standards, and those standards are based on user input. So a bunch of users from all over the globe put in their experience level with weights or their training level, and they put in how much weight they can lift for these specific exercises. So, for instance, they may say for bench press I can lift X amount of weight, and I'm a novice, or I am an expert lifter and I can squat this amount of weight. And it's in five different categories. It's in beginner, novice, intermediate, advanced, and expert. So I was looking at my weights that I was lifting versus kind of the standards that, and it's, hundreds of thousands of people putting in this information. And what I thought was a respectable number turns out is pretty close to where a beginner would be. Yeah, so um, right now, since honestly a little bit above, I'm kind of proud of that, a little bit above where average of the beginner lifts are, I'm going to use that as more or less a starting number, taking the 1 rep max, bumping it down to from a 1 rep max to a 5 rep max, which is around 88% of your 1 rep. So just real quick calculator and you're done. And from that, use it for the starting weight for my strength program because the strength program that I'm using mostly uses 5 rep sets, 3 sets of 5, that kind of thing. So right now, thinking to myself, okay, I've got all this data, all this, information, data points. This really helps me out because I can look and I can see what other people are lifting and their relative experience levels, and I can set a goal for myself. That's excellent. So I have kind of a standard of strength where I want to be as far as where I feel like I need to go on this journey. So since there are five, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, beginner, novice, intermediate, advanced, and expert, and I'm somewhere right here, I think that as far as my initial long-term goals, I'm going to look at the intermediate numbers for my current weight. The weight is going to change later on, but I'm going to look at those for my current weight, and I'm going to say those numbers. Put a pin in those. That is the goal that I have for all of these lifts. And that is going to be a long-term goal. So going from a beginner to an intermediate, That's not going to happen overnight. That's not going to happen over a month. It's not going to happen over 2 months. That is a long-term goal, but something very significant has happened here. That significant thing is not only do I have a plan, but now I have a goal. So it is a destination and a way to get there, a plan to get to your destination. And so that's huge. That is very important, I feel, now that I have reached this point. And I have a way to get there. I've got a place to be, and the only thing that is standing in my way is myself. And now all I have to do in order to achieve this is to keep moving forward.